At the beginning of the film, we are shown a girl named Asli, who is a fashion designer. Asli is working on a good post in her company due to her hard work and dedication. She would never have experienced falling in love with a boy before. One day she is sitting with her friends when one of her friends comes and tells her that my boyfriend used me and then left me. He has cheated on me. Asli explains to her, "You guys don't know men. You don't know how to make them fall in love." After this, the story turns towards a boy named Karam. Karam works in an advertising company, but this time his boss has given an important ad campaign to someone else. Karam goes to his boss, where he is scolded. After this, Karam comes to the boy, whose name is Tuna. Tuna had also recently broken up with his girlfriend, and he was also depressed. He says, "A girl used me and then left me." Karam tells him, "You guys don't know how to make a girl fall in love with you." Tuna and the rest of the friends say to Karam, "You haven't fallen in love with a girl yet. You can't understand our pain." On this, Karam makes a bet with his friends that in the coming days he will make some girl fall madly in love with him. At night, Karam prepares to go to a party with his friends, and Asli is also scheduled to attend the same party. Both of them get ready and arrive at the party, and Karam notices Asli. Karam tells his friends, "Come on, give me a target, which girl I want to impress." His friends point towards Asli. At the same time, Asli's friend also points her towards Karam and says, "You have to impress that boy." After this, Asli also starts her game. When Asli goes to the counter to get a drink, she is teased by a boy. Then Karam notices him, and he immediately goes to Asli and saves him from that boy. This is the first meeting of Karam and Asli. Both introduce themselves to each other. After this, Karam and Asli try their best to make each other fall in love. Asli extracts all the information about Karam from social media, and Karam also learns everything about Asli by looking at his profile. One day, Karam goes to a party with his friend Tuna, where he has come for an advertisement. Asli is also present at the same party because the party was given by the boss of the same company where Karam works. Karam and Asli come across each other several times, but they never get a chance to see each other. At one point, Asli gets pushed by Karam, causing her drink to spill on another woman. Both of them run away from there and sit in the car, and after sitting in the car, they look at each other. Asli says, "I'm hungry." Karam offers her to go with him. The two go together to a place where Karam has been before. He wants the meeting to be romantic, so he calls the pianist there. But Asli sees this and starts laughing loudly. She realizes that Karam is also trying to seduce her, which makes Karam a little embarrassed. On her way home, Asli deliberately leaves a part of her dress in the car so that Karam can pick it up and bring it to her room. But after seeing the cloth, Karam leaves it in the car and goes home. After returning home, Karam meets his friends and tells them everything about today's events. On the other hand, Asli also posts today's events on the internet. The next day, she is sitting with her friends and telling them that Karam will be here shortly with my clothes. They are all waiting for him. Just then a delivery boy comes to their house. Actually, Karam had sent his clothes to the delivery boy. Karam's friend suggests to him, "You should call him." Both are waiting for each other's call. Then in the morning, Asli gets a call from the company informing him that he will have to go to Turkey. He thought it would be a call from Karam, but it turned out to be a call from the company. Here, Karam is also taking bath, and he also gets a call. He also thinks it will be Asli's call, but he is also informed by the company that he will have to go to Turkey in connection with an ad campaign. After boarding the flight, coincidentally, their seats are next to each other. Both of them were thinking that perhaps they might have booked seats for each other, but in reality it was just a coincidence. Asli thinks that Karam must have booked a seat to sit next to her, and Karam thinks the same. But when they reach Turkey, and there is only one train for them, the owner of Asli's company tells them that he is the one who called them both here. Only then do they realize that their seats being close to each other in the flight was just a coincidence. Asli posts about this coincidence on her page, Love Tactics. At night while they are having dinner together, Asli's company owner's daughter, Meltem, flirts with Karam. Later, she also comes to Karam's room at night and wants to be intimate with him, but Karam doesn't want to. Karam tells him, "I was kicked by a horse there, due to which that system of mine is currently deactivated." Meltem understands this and sympathizes. Next, they attend a party where the owner of Asli's company is drinking and flirting with Asli. Asli tries to avoid the situation, so Karam makes him drink a lot of alcohol under the pretext, which makes him drunk and goes home with his daughter. Then Kerem takes Asli to a friend's house. Kerem's friend is very happy to see him. At night, when they are having dinner together, Asli asks Kerem about his family, which makes Kerem uncomfortable and walks away. Kerem's friend's wife tells Asli Kerem's mother abandoned him when he was young, and his father died when Kerem was 10 years old. Next, Kerem blindfolds Asli and says, "I have a surprise for you." He puts her in an air balloon. When the balloon flies into the air, Asli takes off her blindfold. She is very afraid of heights, but with Kerem's help she calms down. Kerem tells her to enjoy the moment, and Asli enjoys the moment too. After getting off the air balloon, Asli thanks Kerem. The spark of love for each other had burned in the hearts of both of them. Their trip to Turkey now ends and they both return back to their city. Upon returning, Kerem tells his friends, "I have done my job. I have lit the spark of my love in Asli's heart, and now she will message me." They all start waiting for Asli's message. But at night, Kerem himself messages Asli and calls him to meet. At first Asli does not respond to the message, but then she cannot stop herself and says yes to meet. The next day at night, she comes to visit Kerem at home. Kerem has prepared dinner for him with his own hands. They both sit at the dinner table and enjoy dinner. Asli says, "This food is very good." They then go out into the garden, where Kerem plays Asli's favorite movie on a big screen. They both watch the movie together. As soon as the rain scene comes in the movie, Kerem presses a button and starts real rain. This is a very romantic scene, and after this both of them kiss each other. This is their first kiss. Later, when they come to the bedroom, Kerem wants to be intimate with Asli, but Asli stops him. She says, "You've brought girls here before me, so tell me something that no other girl knows." Kerem tells him, "I have a piano that belonged to my mother. When she left me a piano that I have never touched to this day. I can't throw away that piano." Hearing this, Asli becomes happy and sleeps with Kerem. Then she starts playing the same piano at night. Kerem had never touched that piano, but after seeing Asli play, he sits near her, and he also starts playing the piano with her. After this, Asli and Kerem make love to each other. But after returning home, Kerem does not tell anything about it to his friends. He tells them that they just had dinner together and nothing else happened. At the same time, Asli also tells her friends that nothing special happened between them. Asli, when she shows Kerem's photo to her friend, she says, "This is the same guy who cheated on me and with whom I broke up. He will cheat on you too and break your heart." To this Asli replies, "He can't break my heart because I don't love him, rather. I have trapped her in the web of my love so that I can maintain my honor." Asli tells friends that she will teach Kerem a lesson. That same night, when Asli comes to visit Kerem, she turns on the live video on her phone. She was chatting with Kerem, but didn't say anything about love. She was waiting for Kerem's proposal, but all of Kerem's friends were watching this live video. They call him, but Kerem was busy with Asli, so does not answer the call. As Kerem proposes to Asli and says, "I love you," Asli says, "I don't love you. I just pretended to be in love with you so that I could teach you a lesson that when you get cheated, it hurts. You have cheated many girls, and today I cheated you." Saying this, she walks away from there, but can be seen crying. Now the story turns to Kerem, who had become a joke among the people as everyone saw his insult in the live video. The next day, when Asli comes to the office, her boss says, "Your actions are tarnishing our brand," and Asli is fired. Meanwhile, Meltem comes to Kerem and says, "I saw your video, and I'm the one who got Asli fired from his job. Asli not a good girl, she is not made for you. I love you and you should love me too. I will help you in every way." Asli is in the office when her boss comes in again and says, "I'm not firing you anymore." Hearing this, Asli says, "Now I am leaving this job myself." Meanwhile, Meltem tells Kerem, "You should stay away from Asli," and plans to take him with her to London. Kerem also agrees to go to London with Meltem. Then Kerem's friends and his friends come to Asli and tell him, "The boss hired you again," because Kerem accepted Meltem's proposal that if the boss hires you again, he will work with Meltem. "We'll go to London." Asli becomes sad to hear this, but then Kerem's friends tell her that he will still be at the airport and his flight is about to leave. Asli quickly runs to the airport, but there is a long line. She feels that she will not be able to reach Kerem. Then she gets a call from her friend, who says, "I have booked your ticket." Meanwhile, Kerem and Meltem have already arrived inside the flight. Once inside, Karam checks his mobile and sees Asli's post, which read, "I'm going to the airport to confess my love to Karam." Karam becomes happy seeing this. He runs out, leaving Melton in flight. Asli also finally reaches inside the airport, and both come face to face. They both express their love to each other. After this, they both kiss each other and become one. This story ends here.